जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा।
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 3. Lord Chaitanya stay at the house of Advaita Acharya. So we saw how after Mahaprabhu performed Kirtan, he was dancing in Kirtan, although his body was fatigued. But the Lord was not able to realize that his body was fatigued. So Nityananda Prabhu stopped Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from dancing. He just held him because his body would not be able to sustain that activity. And Advaita Acharya also stopped the Kirtan, no more Kirtan. And he made Mahaprabhu to lay down and take rest. In this way, for 10 days, Advaita Acharya conducted a festival every day, feasting and kirtan every day. In the same way, like he did the first day, without any change, exactly the same day, every day he would cook a feast, an opulent feast of hundreds of varieties, and then he would hold kirtan. And so many thousands, millions of people would be coming to take darshan of Mahaprabhu. He did it for 10 days. So after this first day, after the Lord took rest in the night, the next morning, Chandrasekhar Acharya arrives with Sachimata in a palanquin, along with the devotees from Navadvip. So let's see what happened after Sachimata came. So text 137 says, in the morning, Chandrasekhar seated Sachimata in a palanquin and brought her from her house with many devotees. Text 138. नदिया नगरेर लोका स्त्री बालक वृद्धा सब लोका आइला होइलो संघट्ट समृद्धा. Sanghatta means crowd, samriddha means increased. Sanghatta samriddha. So, Nadiya Nagare Loka, Nagarera Loka, Stri Balaka Vridha, women, children, and old people. Saba Loka Aila. Lok means like people. Log, you say in Hindi, right? Log, people. So, all people, women, children, old people. Saba Loka Aila. All people came. Hoila Sanghatta, they all came together, gathered together as a crowd, and this crowd kept increasing because more and more people were coming. Translation. In this way, all the people of the town of Nadia, including all women, boys, and old men, came there. Where? To Advaita Acharya's home in Shantipur. Thus, the crowd increased. Already there was a crowd from even the previous day when people found out within Shantipur, when they found out that Nimai has come, or now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken sannyas, has come, that so many people were coming to take darshan of the Lord. So already there was a crowd, and now from Navadvip, more visitors were coming, devotees, and all the people of Nadia, right? So Nadia is a district. Navadvip is a city. Nadia is the district. So from Nadia, all people, all types of people were coming. So the crowd was just increasing in Shantipur. Pratah Kritya Kori Kore Nama Sankirtan Sachi Mata Loya Aila Advaita Bhavan. Pratah Kritya Kori. So the morning duties. Pratah means morning. Kritya, whatever morning rituals you do, work, whatever you do, morning rituals. Pratah Kritya Kori. Kore Nam Sankirtan. After finishing the morning duties, whatever you do, take bath and do your little puja and have breakfast. And then start Nam Sankirtan. Sachimata Loya Aila Advaita Bhavan. So after doing this, in the morning after regular duties were completed and the Lord was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the people accompanied Sachimata to the house of Advaita Acharya. After regular duties were completed and the Lord was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when the Lord finished his morning duties and he was performing Sankirtan, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Sankirtan, at that time, so many people accompanying Sachimata arrived at Advaita Acharya's house, Advaita Bhavan. Okay. Then Sachi आगे पोडिला प्रभु दंडवत होया कांदिते लागिला Sachi कोले उठाइया. Kole means lap. So as soon as Mahaprabhu saw Sachimata, what did he do? Sachi aage, in front of Sachi, Podila Prabhu Dandavat Hoya. He immediately fell down in Dandavat obeisances in front of Sachimata. As soon as he saw Sachimata, he went in front of her and he fell down in Dandavat obeisances. Kandite Lagila Sachi Kole Uthaiya. So, and when Sachimata saw Mahaprabhu, she began to cry. And crying, she picked up Mahaprabhu into her lap. As soon as Mother Sachi appeared on the scene, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell before her like a stick. Mother Sachi began to cry, taking the Lord on her lap. Dohara darshane duhe hoila vihvala, keshana dekhiya Sachi hoila vikala. So both of them, Dohara Darshane, seeing each other. Sachimata, when she saw Mahaprabhu, and when Mahaprabhu saw Sachimata, what was their condition? What was Mahaprabhu's condition? What was Sachimata's condition? Duhe hoila vihvala. Vihvala means overwhelmed, right? Seeing Sachimata, Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed, and seeing Mahaprabhu, Sachimata became overwhelmed. Keshana Dekhiya, Mahaprabhu had such beautiful hair. I mean, you could write several books simply describing the beauty of his hair. And now Mahaprabhu shaved his head, that hair is not there. Keshana Dekhiya, Sachi Hoila Vikal. She became agitated seeing Mahaprabhu without his hair. This is the first time she's seeing him as a sannyasi. So, first of all, seeing the Lord, she became overwhelmed with love. And then when she noticed that he had no hair, she was agitated. She couldn't take it. That pastime of Mahaprabhu's hair, shaving for sannyas in Katwa. Even ordinary people, what to speak of ordinary people, it is said even stones melted because of sadness. And the way people were crying, they wouldn't allow the barber to touch Mahaprabhu's hair with his scissors. They would, or he was shaving, so they wouldn't allow the barber to touch. And the barber himself was not able to shave Mahaprabhu's head. His hands were trembling, he couldn't do it. The people wouldn't allow him. They would threaten him, if you do it, we're going to kill you, like that. And he himself didn't get the heart to shave Mahaprabhu's head. Such beautiful hair and such beauty of Mahaprabhu's face. And then Mahaprabhu actually tricked. He performed, all of a sudden he started kirtan and jumping high, and everyone became ecstatic. They forgot all about the sadness, that about what was going to happen. And at that time Mahaprabhu ordered the barber, shave right now. And the barber didn't have a choice, right? It was an order from Mahaprabhu. So immediately he just shaved Mahaprabhu's head. And people didn't realize what was happening because they were all in ecstasy. But after doing that, the barber threw away all his instruments, tools, for shaving. And he said, he vowed, you see, this is a Vedic society. In Vedic society, people don't change their professions. It's not like today I'm a businessman and tomorrow I become something else, I become a teacher. No, it doesn't work like that. Their profession is based on their nature. And also by family, they get that type of training. And that's what they do all their lives. Even to this day, it does not matter whether you earn, you become wealthy or not. That's not a concern at all. They do it as dharma. Even to this day, you will see, in Bengal, you will see, like those, they have these small shops, and that is their dharma, that's their means of livelihood. Hardly anyone comes, but very, very religiously every day they come and they clean their shops and they put everything out and they sit there all day, whether someone comes or not. On time they will come and on time they will close. Why? Because it is their dharma, and they're maintained. How they are maintained, nobody understands, but Krishna maintains them. I saw even in my childhood in South India also, they would just do, like those who are farmers, they just keep doing that. Whether it is happiness or distress, profit or loss, it does not matter. This is what I will do. Dharma, like that. So this barber's profession was to cut the hair, but still he gave up that profession. It's a big step. So you can imagine how much it affected his heart, shaving Mahaprabhu's head. So if this is the case of a barber, right, who cuts hairs every day, he's cutting hair, he's shaving heads every day. That's what he does, morning to evening. But after shaving Mahaprabhu's head, he could never ever do that again. He couldn't shave anyone's head after that. If that is the case of the barber, if that is the case of the people, what to speak of Mahaprabhu's mother? She was completely agitated seeing Mahaprabhu without hair. There was ecstasy of seeing Mahaprabhu, And Mahaprabhu was also ecstatic seeing his mother. They were overwhelmed with love, but at the same time, she was completely agitated, disturbed, seeing Mahaprabhu without hair. His head, beautiful head, now without hair. Upon seeing each other, they both became overwhelmed. Seeing the Lord's head without hair, Sachi Mata, Mother Sachi, became greatly agitated. Angamuche mukha chumbe kore nirikshana देखिते ना पाया अश्रु भोरिला नयना. Angamuche. Muche means caressing, like this, like, like that, like this, with hand. Angamuche. So she took Mahaprabhu in her lap, right? He fell down in Dandavat obeisances. Seeing him, Sachimata is crying. She picked him up in his lap and she was caressing his body like this. It's like kind of saying, it's okay, my child, like that. So she was, and also feeling, you can see cows, how they express their love to the calves, right? When the calf comes, that is, they express their affection by licking the body, right? So the mother also, she just does like this. She tries to, she expresses her affection, and also she pacifies the child, right? Makes the child feel secure, like that. So Sachimata, who is eternally the supreme mother of the supreme personality of Godhead. So when she saw Mahaprabhu, her Vatsalya Bhav is so high, right? So she picked him up in her lap and she's caressing his body. Anga Muche. Mukha Chumbe. She was kissing his face like a mother kisses her baby. Mukha Chumbe. Kore Nirikshana. And she was just observing her child, right? Looking at her child. देखते ना पाए अश्रु भोरिला नयन. But because of, she was observing the Lord, but she could not observe. Why? Her eyes were filled with tears of love. Because of tears, she couldn't even see the Lord. Out of love, she began to caress the body of the Lord. Sometimes she kissed his face and tried to observe him carefully, right? But because her eyes were filled with tears, she could not see. She could not see. Kandiya kohena sachi, bachare nimai. Oh, my darling, like, bacha, like that. Bachare nimai, my darling. Kandiya, crying, kohena sachi. Crying, Sachi Mata is saying, oh, my darling Nimai. Vishwarupa samana koriho nithurai. Right? Vishwarup, who's Vishwarup? The older brother. He took sannyas and he left. And that broke the heart of Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra was affected to such an extent that he gave up his body. He couldn't even sustain his sustain himself in that body anymore. He gave up his body out of separation from Vishwarup. And Sachimata also would have been, would have left, but she had little Nimai, and he was so beautiful, so charming. By looking at his beautiful face, she would forget of her pain of separation from Vishwarup. Otherwise, it was unbearable for both Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. So now Sachimata is saying, right, looking at her, for her, to her, Nimai is always like a baby, right? So, Kandiya, Kohena Sachi, Pachare Nimai, Vishwarupa Sama, Na Koriho, Nithurai. Don't be so cruel like Vishwarup. Why? Because Vishwarup left us, right? And and he gave, he was so cruel to us, right? It's like slaughtering, right? uh, by leaving such affectionate loving parents, when you just leave them, it's like, it's so cruel towards them. So you don't do that. Like Vishwarupa Sama na kori ho niturai. Understanding that Lord Chaitanya had accepted the renounced order of life, Sachimata crying said to the Lord, "My darling Nimai, do not be cruel like Vishwarup, your elder brother. He took sannyas and went away, and now you're also doing the same thing to me. Don't be cruel like your elder brother. Oh my dear darling Nimai." Like that. Crying, all the while she's crying. Her eyes are filled with tears. सन्यासी होइया पुनः ना दिलो दर्शन तुम्ही तैचे कोयले मोरा होइबे मरण सन्यासी होइया पुनः ना दिलो darshan. So when one becomes a sannyasi, he cannot see his family again, because the idea of sannyas is social suicide. You are dead for your friends, for your relatives. There's no question of keeping in touch with them and, visiting them from time to time. No. Sannyas means it's as good as dying. They will never, chances are they will never ever see you again in their life. This is sannyas. You took sannyas, my dear son. That's why she said, don't be so cruel like your brother. It's like leaving once and for all, for good. I will never ever get to see you again. So, sannyasi hoiya punaha na dilo darshan, tumi taiche koile mora hoibe maran. If you do like this, then I'm going to die. Right? Mother Sachi continued, after accepting the renounced order, Vishwarup never again gave me audience. If you do like him, that will certainly be the death of me. Vishwarup never gave his darshan again. He left. The day he left, we never saw him again. Right? They don't even know if he's still living or not, what happened to him, where he is. No news. What to speak of seeing? No news also. Whether he's there, where he is there, what he is doing, no news. If you also do the same thing like Vishwarup, your taking sannyas will be the cause of my death. Tumi taiche koile mora hoibe maran. If you do like Vishwarup, that means you never ever give darshan to me again, and I don't hear anything about you like Vishwarup, then that will be the cause of my death. Kandiya bole na Prabhu shuno mora ai tomara sharira ei mora kichu nai. And now Mahaprabhu is also crying. It's not like only Sachimata is crying. Mahaprabhu is crying and he's saying, listen, my dear mother, Shuno Mora Ai. Listen, my dear mother, Tomara Sharira Ai. This body is yours. It's not mine. This body is not mine. You gave me this body. This body belongs to you. It's not mine. The Lord replied, my dear mother, please hear. This body belongs to you. I do not possess anything. Tomara palita deho janma toma hoite. कोटि जन्मे तुम्हारा ऋण ना पारी शोधिते. तुम्हारा palita means maintaining. This body was maintained by you. This body, you nourished it, you bathed it, you massaged it, you gave rest. With your love and affection, you nourished this body. Tomara palita deha janma toma hoite. And how did this body come into existence? When you gave birth, that's how this body came into existence. You gave birth to this body and you nourished this body and you maintained this body. Koti janme tomare rina na pari shodhite. I will not be able to repay the debt I owe you, even if I took 10 million. what is 1 crore? Koti means 10 million. Even if I took 10 million births, and in every life if I tried to repay you, still I wouldn't be able to repay the debt I owe you. What is that debt? The debt that I owe you because of your giving birth to me and because of nourishing this body with your love. That debt I will never be able to repay. Even if I took 10 million births, I will not be able to repay that debt. This body was maintained by you. This body was given by you. It's not mine, it's yours. Why Mahaprabhu is saying this? Sachi Mata said, if you don't give me darshan, I will die, right? So the Lord is saying, no, this is yours only. This body was raised by you and it comes from you. I cannot repay this debt even in millions of births. जानी वा ना जानी कोई लो यद्यपि संन्यास तथापि तुम्हारे कभू नहीं बो उदास. So knowingly or unknowingly, jani va na jani. Jani means knowingly, na jani or unknowingly. Somehow, I don't know what came over me, right? There's a saying, right? What came over me? I don't know what came over me. That I took sannyas. Somehow, knowingly or unknowingly, even though I took sannyas, still tomara kabhu nahi bo udas. I cannot see you unhappy at any time, or I cannot become indifferent to you. I cannot ignore you. I cannot neglect you. Right? Udasina. Udasin means what? Means neutral, unaffected. This is udasin. I cannot be like that towards you. Of course, I have taken sannyas. So Mahaprabhu is saying that, not thinking properly, somehow in that haste, or, somehow, I don't know how, what came over me, I don't know, without thinking, I just took sannyas. But it doesn't mean that because I took sannyas, I'm going to ignore you. No, no. I cannot be indifferent to you. Even if I'm a sannyasi, I cannot be indifferent to you. I owe everything to you. This body is not mine, it is yours. I cannot be indifferent to you. Knowingly or unknowingly, I have accepted this renounced order. Still, I shall never be indifferent to you. Right? See what else Mahaprabhu says. তুমি যাহা কহ আমি তাহাই রহিব তুমি যেই আজ্ঞা করো সেইতা করিব. So yes, I have taken sannyas. Sannyas means social suicide. So that means I should leave my home, no connection with family members. This is the requirement of sannyas order. But even if I have taken sannyas, I cannot ignore you. I will only do what you tell me to do. Wherever you tell me to stay, that's where I'm going to stay. In other words, if you want me to stay at home, I will just stay with you at home. It does not matter. I have accepted sannyas as a sannyasi, but I will stay at home with you and I will serve you. I will serve you. That's what Mahaprabhu is saying. I will do what you tell me to do. I will stay where you tell me to stay, because this body, sannyas, I don't know, knowingly, unknowingly, somehow I ended up taking. I have taken. So, my dear mother, wherever you ask me to stay, I shall stay. And whatever you order, I shall execute. Right? Whatever you ask me to do, I'll do that. And wherever you tell me to stay, I'll stay there. Tumi jaha kaho, ami tahai rahibo. Tumi je agya koro, seita koribo. I'll just carry out your orders. I'll just serve you. Eta boli punah punah kore namaskar. Tushta hoya ai kole kore bar 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 bar. So, Eta boli punah punah kore namaskar. Again and again he is offering obeisances to mother. And he's crying. Sachimata is also crying. And crying again and again he is offering obeisances. Right? I'm indebted to you. I'm yours. I will do what you tell me to do. I will stay where you tell me to stay. and again he's offering obeisances in front of Sachi Mata. Tushta hoya I, so mother is completely satisfied seeing this, right? It's not like he has rejected me, he has left me. No, no, no. He's saying he's still, right? So she's completely satisfied. Tushta hoya I, kole, again in her lap, kore bar bar. She's taking him in her lap again and again because he's offering obeisances, means he's coming down and he's offering obeisances. And Sachimata is again and again picking up, my child, like that. Completely satisfied. Saying this, the Lord offered obeisances to his mother again and again, and Mother Sachi, being pleased, took him again and again on her lap. You see, if, why if? Certainly there will be. It's such a big thing, isn't it? Like her only hope in life, her only support in life was Nimai. And not considering what will happen to her after he left, he just took sannyas. Can you imagine what kind of heartbreak? It's like breaking someone's trust, isn't it? Of course, I'm not talking about Sachimata. I'm just saying in general, just put anyone in that place. A widow in a Vedic setting. There's no male family member at home. And there's a young wife, 14 years old, 16, 14, 16. And the son is the only source of their uh, livelihood, and he takes sannyas. How would the mother feel? In spite of having so much love, that heartbreak, would she be able to handle? Would she be able to? I'm saying in terms of how could he do this? Didn't he think about us? Isn't it? So Mahaprabhu completely won her heart, like completely, uh, what do you say, um, made up for that. He pacified her by saying that I will stay with you at home. It doesn't matter even if I've taken sannyas. And he meant it. It's not like he's just saying. Mahaprabhu, absolute truth. Absolute truth. He's saying, I will stay here. I will stay wherever, and I'll do whatever you tell me to do. You want me to come back and stay at home? I'll stay at home. No problem. Somehow I took sannyas. So by saying this, he actually, whatever hard feelings may have been in the heart, they're all removed. We have a similar uh, pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada also took sannyas, yes, and he still, he had his wife and he had his children. They were grown up, but still they were there, and Mahaprabhu left. So his sons may have had this feeling in their heart that our father left home, he didn't do anything for us, he just left us and left my mother a widow. They may have that feeling of, that hard feeling in the heart. So when Srila Prabhupada was in his final days in Vrindavan, his son came to see him. Vrindavan Day. Vrindavan Chandra Day. Vrindavan Chandra Day. So he came to see Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, while talking to him, he had tears in his eyes. And he said, your mother was a very nice lady. She was very chaste. She was very chaste. She's a simple lady. She's a very chaste lady. And, I have done injustice to her, to the family, because I was always, after this mission. So, and I just left. So, not so many words, but he said something like she was a very chaste lady. And then he had tears in his eyes. So what happened here? If the son had any feelings in his heart, again, this is not like, acting in order to win the other. No, a pure devotee and the Supreme Lord, they are genuine. And whatever, if they had any such hard feelings in the heart, they were all eradicated, all removed, right? So like that. So when Mahaprabhu said, yes, I'll just stay wherever you want me to stay. I'll do whatever you want me to do. If there were any, so we will see in the next few verses how Sachimata, she had this chance. She could have said, all right, come back home. She can say that, right? But we'll see what she says. We'll see that tomorrow. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.